Welcome in, Taurus. Ooh, shaking a little bit. How's everyone doing? This is your May monthly zodiac reading. So let's see what wants to come through. We've got a big month this month. Pluto goes retrograde in Aquarius, and Saturn enters Aries. So another one of our big planets, our outer planets, entering the sign of Aries. We already have Neptune there. We have Venus there. Where is Mars? Where are you, Mars? Come out, come out. Nope, Mars is in Leo. So, still another fire sign, right? So let's see what wants to come through for Taurus. Happy birthday to all of my Tauruses out there. Hope you're having a wonderful birthday month. Whether you're an April birthday or a May birthday, I wish you the best. All right, we got two more I'm hearing. All right, for Taurus. I know it just happened to be your sign was on top of my pile, my bowl, and I swooshed them up and still wanted to be seen. So he came right on out for Taurus. What about the month of May? What do they need to know? What are the energies for Taurus? I'm hearing time to take stock for some of you, maybe all of you. Time to take stock. We'll see what wants to come out there for Taurus, please. I seldom use this deck for the beginning messages, so we'll see what wants to come out. I'm here. That's it. Falling Angel, spiritual narcolepsy. Why am I getting a deja vu for you guys? Taurus, did you guys have this a couple months ago? I don't know. It is a 19 card, so there is something wrapping up or something beginning. I want to read this out of the book. I want to take a glimpse at it and see if there's anything that jumps out for your message. Yeah, I'm getting something here about getting a higher perspective and making sure you don't fall asleep and go unconscious because you've gotten a little comfortable in your surroundings or in your situation. And we as humans, we do get comfortable. We could be on the ascension path and know that we're on the ascension path, but then we just kind of get in this I'm being shown, like when I pull my truck into the driveway, I've got grooves where I've been parking all these years, and I pull up and I just kind of go zoop, and I settle right in the rut of my tire tracks, right? There's something here about don't get stuck in a rut. Yeah, maybe the time to take stock is taking stock of where your comfort zone is and why it's pulling you. Taking stock of, I don't know, that might not have anything to do with this reading, but I heard that, so that could be just for one or two of you. But ooh, goodness, just kind of bent my whole deck in half. Yeah, there's definitely something here about not allowing yourself to be seduced by maybe an old life, an old pattern, an old partner. It may be coming in to test you because you're about to level up or you have just recently leveled up. And I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like my camera is crooked, but get what you get, right? There's distraction. There's just a distraction there. I don't know. I got a really interesting feeling coming through, and I'm not quite sure how to express it. So let's see what the tarot wants to say about May for Taurus, please. Three of Swords. Nine of Swords. Oof. I'm just going to get them all out here for a moment. Three of Swords, Nine of Swords. That's a lot of swords, man. Stressing over something that just recently ended. You know, some kind of grief. Maybe just very much in grief right now. This was the next card. Ace of Wands. Very different energy. The Moon. And a Ten of Swords. So something, I feel like you're shifting. You're definitely shifting here from, at the very least, an old energy into a new frequency, or things in your physical life are shifting. You may not see, there may be a lot of fear and trepidation over an ending. Let's take a look at what else that could mean. What is this talking about? Let's see here. All right. Okay. So we're going this way. All right, Spirit. I love when they change my direction. So let's take a look at the Three of Swords. And of course, that's going to be different for everyone. But definitely something that had you all in your feels. Page of Swords. I feel like you're gaining clarity on that right now. Or you received some information about that Three of Swords situation. What else can you tell me about that Magician? Yeah, there is information that's coming in that's definitely going to change your world. It's going to change your life because it's going to give you what you need to move forward from and out of this heartache and this grief, whatever that is. I'm hearing it ups the ante. Take that for whatever that is for you. Nine of Swords. What is this Nine of Swords, please? Being all in your head. Not taking all of that. Being all in your head. Yeah, being all in your head instead of your heart. Get into your heart. Get into your heart space. Tell me about this Queen of Cups. What are you worried about? You're worried about the change. So something shifted in your life, in your physical world. At the very least, it shifted in your, I don't know which way I want to say that. Shifted, at the very least, it shifted, something in your physical world shifted, or at the very least, something in your perception of a situation has shifted. But it's changing the game. It's changing the frequency. It's changing the players. You are definitely stepping into a new timeline here. Whole new cycle. And it's going to require you to get out of your head and into your heart. Feel your way through this, not think your way through this. So the Queen of Cups is telling me from the Three of Swords and the Nine of Swords, there's a lot of healing that's taking place. It's saying to me also, make sure that you are taking care of yourself. You're nurturing yourself, not ignoring not ignoring, not going to sleep consciously, you know, not allowing yourself to slag off. I don't know what that slack off, but it didn't say, it wasn't slack, it was slag, SLAG. I don't know what that word is. Maybe that's a UK term of slang. I'm not sure. Slag off. But I feel like this month is going to, if the endings haven't come already, they're going to come with this energy we're moving into the beginning of this month. And that could bring up some anxiety, some fears. There is a lot of fear and anxiety energy in the quantum field, in the collective field as well. So just keep that in mind. You could be picking up on other people's shit, for lack of a better word. So this changes the name of the game for you. Let's take a look at what this Ace of Wands is. Nine of Wands. You've worked hard for this. You are definitely, I'm hearing, definitely taking responsibility. Because I'm seeing this Nine of Wands and the Ace of Wands, Ten of Wands, taking responsibility. You've worked hard. You something was a very long and arduous road. Sun, yes. Seven of Swords. There are a shit ton of lies and deceptions in people, situations, and things in your own belief systems that are being shown to you right now, really being illuminated. I love how my bridging energies, these clarification cards, are major arcanas other than this. This is the first minor arcana, and it's a card of deception and lies and trickery and thievery. But all of that's being illuminated for you this month, Taurus. I feel like you want, I feel like you're just you're gonna see everything so crystal clearly. We do have the sun and the moon, you know, talking to me about balance of the inner masculine and feminine energies. Let's talk about that moon, those fears, those anxieties. I feel like you're being not only being asked to or reminded to stay in your heart space, but stay in your intuitiveness, you know, rely on your intuitiveness. Yeah, Five of Cups. I know this is dark here. Something about the past. The Four of Wands. Something in your home shifted in the past, in the recent past here. Some of you could be moving out of an old home, a past home, a childhood home, into something more of your own. And this fear that's coming up is because you're needing to leave the past behind. You don't fit there anymore. I want to say you don't fit there anymore. There is something more solid, more stable, more celebratory waiting for you. Talk to me about this Ten of Swords. What is this ending? Healing, yeah. Because healing needed to take place. And yes, you're going to have, if you're grieving someone, something, definitely, you know, healing needs to take place. But I want to say Archangel Michael is here to balance out these energies for you. You already know. I feel like for those of you, some of you already know how to balance these energies out and to work with them. But those of you who do not or aren't quite sure how to, you're being shown the tools that you do have right now. You're being reminded so you don't fall asleep on this journey. and dip back into these old patterns of um, disappointment, within yourself and others. I wanted to say something else, but Spirit just took it right out of my head. Yeah, I'm not taking all of that. Okay, all right, I'm taking it. Six of Pentacles, balance, reciprocity. I feel like whatever this ending was, it's maybe shown you a little bit more about what you're here to do. There was definitely an ending in a family situation. Interesting. This is the Nine of Pentacles. I saw the Ten of Pentacles, and the message I heard was an ending in a family situation. Uh, there is an inheritance. There is, oh, very interesting. I'm here. There's a new view of you. I did not mean to rhyme. Uh, Nine of Cups, happiness, joy, wishes fulfilled. I feel like if you were worried that money wouldn't be there, it's there. And it's going to be there. Because whatever you're stepping into after this ending, and this ending could maybe not happen yet, or it could have just recently happened within the last 3 months, I want to say, because I've got the Three of Swords with the first card on the table. I know it's swords are not months, but just going with the number 3 here, there's something balancing out for you. I feel like whatever that was, it gives you your freedom. Okay? To stand on your own, to be responsible for your own resources, your own, finances, your own place, like the Four of Wands, if this is a move. This, whatever this ending was for you or is for you, it's a liberation. We've got 2 nines here. So definitely closing out some cycles, but it's so transformative. Maybe, I'm not quite sure you see that yet. Because whatever ended, that was the gift. Talk to me about that gift. I'm just really feeling, within the grief, you can't maybe not see that yet. Yeah, the Emperor. Aries. Something happened in Aries season. Yes, I'm hearing yes. 3 of Wands. It put you on a new path. And I feel like I want to say it was a path that you didn't realize you were looking for or waiting for. I'm feeling very unexpected, yet not unexpected. Oh, how do I say this? So, okay. Oh, so, unless you watch the Twin Flame reading that I just put up, you don't know this. So, my little cat, solar flare, again, another solar flare, my beautiful little shit has gone home. She has crossed the Rainbow Bridge on the 30th of April, and it was unexpected but expected. So Little Ship telepathically told me last month or the month before that she would not make it to Christmas, but she would make it to November, Thanksgiving. So I had this expectation of I've got more time with her. And I've got, after the eclipses, because she said the eclipses would be very difficult for her. the next eclipses in the fall. So I was looking at that as being the time when I would be saying goodbye to her. You know what I mean? So I knew she was leaving because I can trust that telepathy. I certainly can trust that. Excuse me. But I didn't expect it. I didn't expect all these past, present, and future timelines to come banging into each other and crashing down all at the same time. When, this week. I mean, in the last 2 weeks, she deteriorated very quickly. She went from 14 pounds to 6 pounds, and her disease just progressed very quickly. So, but I knew when Frigid left in January, I knew little shit wouldn't be here for more than the rest of this year. So there's something you get what I'm saying. So you were expecting something, but because it happened in Aries season, that was unexpected. The timing of it, I think is how I want to say that. Do you get what I'm putting down here? I don't know how more clearly I can put that. Something in Aries season. That's all I'm getting from the Emperor. Something in Aries season shifted your timeline, shifted a direction, or accelerated a direction for you that you knew it was coming, but you didn't expect it to be like now. Talk to me about that, Spirit. Page of Wands. Yeah, it was a shock. It was a surprise. There was news that you got that changed the course of that changed your course in an amazing way, though. A very exciting way. I also am feeling that this Page of Wands is something's coming in. Some kind of news is coming in from something that began in Aries season. So that was what we just entered Taurus season about a week or so ago. And so was it end of March into April is Aries. So something that happened within that time. I'm getting the color red very, very strongly here with these 3 cards and the solar plexus, the yellow. But there's something about the lower 3 chakras. Whatever, let me get back on here. There's just so much coming in here. Whatever occurred in Aries season, there's more news coming out of that. It could be directly from this ending, this situation that ended, or it could just be a totally different situation that just occurred, divinely planned, of course, in Aries season, at the same time of this ending. So here I'm getting like a couple different things went on. One door closed and one door started to open. Talk to me about this Page of Wands for Taurus moving forward. What is this news and how do they move? How does it move them forward? Eight of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, and the Hermit. I've got to sit with this for a moment. I gotta tell you, to be honest, these cards are really silent. They're very singular. Maybe that's how I can put it. They're very singular. There's something here about your money building. And whether you are putting in the work, the physical work, or you're putting in the spiritual work, could be meditating, you know what I mean? But there's something about, okay, now they're all speaking at the same time. So you have been in meditation or on however you're doing it, working on healing some inner child, gaining some wisdom on your childhood. So when this childhood stuff comes up, or something from a past life or a past situation in this incarnation comes up, I feel like I want to say that you're looking at it from all angles. I'm hearing you're asking it the right questions. And that's beautiful, because that means that you're doing the inner work as the hermit. You're remembering who you are. You're gaining a new perspective on something possibly that happened long ago. Whether this is in your childhood or with a childhood friend, your siblings, past life. Feels this incarnation, though, to be honest with you, it doesn't feel, I feel like I'm spitting on myself. It doesn't feel like it's like past life. I mean, but it could be, because it all bleeds in. So this is what I'm getting. Number one is your guides want to make sure that you know, Taurus, this month especially, because there's so much energetics going on. And as we're speaking, you just heard my phone go off a little while ago. We have solar flares and geomagnetic storms that are hitting us. We had auroras in our area last night. Well, it was pouring rain. If it wasn't pouring rain, we would have been deep in the saturation of that energy. May is going to be a huge month, between May and July. Okay? Because of the transits that are happening. Spirit wants to make sure that you stay vigilant and that you always ask the right questions to gain a higher perspective. Hold, please. All right, now I know what that says. Okay. So, something within the last month or two has occurred. If this is your reading, there has been an ending that had, I mean, you could have lost someone, you could have gotten a divorce, you could have, oh God forbid, had a house fire, you could have, something drastic has shifted in your physical experience. But its higher purpose was kind of, number one, it was to get you thinking about staying in your heart space. Does that make sense? It was a catalyst for your ascension. It was a catalyst for your growth. Whatever the situation was, if it never closed out, your next path, your next step on your path could not have been revealed to you. And because it was time for it to be revealed to you, things had to happen in the way that they did at the time that they did. You know that, right? You following me, you know all that, right? So, in the midst of your grief and your fear and your anxiety, because you probably feel like the earth is shifting underneath your feet because of whatever this ending was. Where was I going with that? Um, I just lost my train of thought. Big things are coming in. I feel like you're going to be beginning to see, number one, people's true colors, situations, the true colors of situations. You're going to recognize, you're going to be put in situations and opportunities and given opportunities to really work with the resources that you've been given up to this point. Because yes, you knew this ending was going to eventually come. So remember what I said, it wasn't a full surprise, but it was, the timing of it was a surprise. Right. Yes, the timing of it was the surprise. Since all of that's happened, you most likely had heart chakra opening. Grief tends to do that, right? It tends to do that. It clears out everything that has been covering up the depth of love that's been there all along. I do want to say, make sure that you are not jumping the gun in the healing process. Like moving forward too quickly with the bulk of your grief still intact. That's for few of you. But it is coming through because that falling angel card is really drawing my attention. And the temperance card, Archangel Michael, they're drawing, the wings are what's drawing me in. Can you see that card clearly? Where am I going here, Spirit? Because I keep trying to get this message out, I keep being pulled off a little bit. This is an indication to you, Taurus, to not allow that to happen. To be very vigilant and mindful of the messages coming in. All right? I don't know what else wants to be said there. For some of you, whatever ended, it cleared the path for someone else to come in. Some of you might have a love offer. You know, this is the Queen of Pentacles. Some of you may have had a mother transition or a mother figure transition that opens the door to love entering in. Or this could be someone comes in and makes you an offer and it's a very solid offer. I'm hearing I can see myself as their wife. So take that. That's for very, very few of you. But yeah, there's a new beginning. The Fool card. King of Wands, Tower, Knight of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Well, Queen of Pentacles, that's earth energy, which is you. There's a message here financially. I've got the six, I just saw the 6, 7, and 8 of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles we have here. So we 6, 7, 8, 9. So you might be seeing those number sequences. But there's something that lets me know here that there's a build in your security. There's a build in your finances, your 3D finances. There's a build in your confidence. There's a build in your self-nurturance, as I'm hearing. There's just a buildup of steady energy that you can rely on. It's not wishy-washy by any means here. I do want to have a look at what is being illuminated here really quick. Oh, well, all right, the truth. The truth, yeah. And that's, again, it's going to be different for everyone. Got the Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. We saw the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. And no, we don't have the Ace of Pentacles here yet. Yeah, so what's being so the lies, the truths are being revealed, and that could be about anything. It could be about siblings, it could be about family, it could be about a job, a move, a partnership. But on a higher level, there's just so much clarity. You remember, because this card said something about seeing things from a new perspective. You do, and it's like, oh. It's just like, it's like you hear the seraphim, that you could literally be tapping in and hearing the seraphim, singing. And so there's a lot going on here. I'm going to summarize here. There's a lot going on here that I just realized I don't have a deck for your advice, but I guess we don't get any today, other than we get some from the tarot. There's an ending. There's a new beginning. There's healing. There's grieving. There's getting out of the heart and into the head. Getting out of the head and into the heart. Oh my gosh. There's ancient wisdom. There's spiritual work being done. There's shadow work being done. 9 of Wands, the Death card, shadow work. There's a new direction that's occurred. There could be a move and travel for some of you. There's just a lot going on here this month, Taurus. And it is your job to not fall asleep, to not fall back to sleep, to be very turned on, tuned in, tapped in, discerning, clear, vigilant. What's Taurus's advice here? Just, don't fall back to sleep. Work with the energies. 3 of Pentacles. Work with the energies. Build. See what you can build on this. Pentacles are really screaming loudly to me in this reading. One more card for advice. Tower. Time to take stock. That came out in the beginning. Time to take stock. I don't quite know what that means for you, Taurus. I hope that you do. I want to say that when things are shaken up, you know how to stay rooted and grounded. Stable. This isn't going to shake you, and it won't. Maybe that's why all the pentacles are really talking loudly to me in this reading, is because it's saying to me, talking to me about how stable and how solid that you can be and that you are. Very grounded. when the earth starts rumbling underneath your feet, right? So I think before moving forward, or as moving forward, it is time to take stock. What do you have that's in alignment within you and outside of you that's going with you, that can go with you, that can sustain the frequency that you're moving into? Because what doesn't has got to come falling down. And whatever ended, that couldn't sustain the frequency you're moving into. Doesn't mean anything was good or bad about it. It just meant that the frequency it was maintaining isn't the frequency you're meant to maintain anymore. All right? So yes, time to take stock. And what doesn't fit gets blown out of the water, gets removed, gets demolished. Yeah, because I feel like you've already answered the call. Or if you haven't yet, you're going to start hearing that call very loudly, very quickly, by the end of this month, most likely. So May is going to be intense for you, Taurus. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. But you have got all it takes. You do. You've already got all it takes to get through it. And if you don't, and you need someone to help you, to help show you that you've got what it takes, get a personal reading from me. I will surely show you your light, and because it's all about you. It's all about you. Nothing outside of you can do this. All right, Taurus? I'm going to leave it there. I hope that made sense, because there was a lot here, and there is a lot here. So, like I said, if you want a personal reading, if this resonated, or even if it didn't, email will be in the description box below this video. I will talk to you soon, Taurus. I love you, and have a great month. All right? See you next time.